Historically, in 1971, I co-founded my first company called Pilobolus, straight out of Dartmouth College. It was a collaborative group, but within 10 years, the energy of that collaboration, like in many relationships, was beginning to wane, and I felt a need to branch out, if you allow me, branch out and work on something that I felt that I was, at least initially, had more artistic control. And that was perhaps the reason that I went out and formed Momix, is because I was seeking a bit more creative freedom. I would say much of my inspiration comes from the natural world, the plant, the animal, the mineral, and my interest and curiosity as to see how we can, through dance theater, through Momix, begin to make those contacts, those necessary contacts with those worlds beyond the human. And that, in fact, would even create our humanity, I think. I think it's our role. Certainly it's mine. How do you build a piece? In Momix's case, there's no rules to making anything. I mean, you could start with a Shakespearean play or Mahler's Fourth Symphony. In Botanica's case, we started experimenting with various ideas and images that had something related to the botanical world or to the natural world. And I think, in a way, it goes back to what will mix. You have a lot of individual items that you may not think would add up to anything, but then it's really an alchemical process that I'm talking about. And it's kind of like in alchemy, as you know, everyone. You put a little of this and a little of that, and whatever it is that you put in that vat, that retort, you spin it, or in this case, mix it. Hopefully you will change its element. Maybe it doesn't exist by itself, only in the mix. I have agri roots in that I was born and raised on a farm in Vermont. I loved growing things. I love the outdoors, and I also love the theater. I like to fool around and entertain. I've always been involved in those two ideas, and if there's any way to put them two together, then I'd be a happy man. And as I said, if I can't bring all of you into the garden, the best thing to do is to try to bring inspiration from that garden to you in the form of Momix's Botanica. Obviously, there is a technical and physical necessity to be able to do the basic physical requirements of whatever piece. That's tested very quickly. I've always said that in our show, Botanica, there is a need to do entrechats, pirouettes, aspiring to be a Kirov dancer, as well as run on all fours like an antelope. So there is a full body training that's needed. A third thing, perhaps, is one's ability to imitate those images and ideas that are not necessarily dancers, but they may be rocks or butterflies, trees, in Botanica's case. That requirement is very important. They have to be very good mimetically to project what a rock looks, what it smells like, what is the essence of a rock. And we spent a great deal of time with very, very well-trained dancers to get them to be better actors, and understanding that they may be crunched up inside a rubber rock suit and you don't see their face, you shouldn't see their feet, you shouldn't even see them move. And that is a technical requirement. If that person understands the dynamic of a rock, they fill in that piece of choreographic vision in that section. We also audition people that might seem like creative, open-minded improvisators that could jumpstart and help with creating new work. There are a lot of dancers that don't want to be involved with creation. It's too much on their heads. You know, they'd like to be told what to do and then exercise those rules or those directions musically. And that's really a crucial thing, is one's sense of musicality. And we do this in audition by having people simply improvise, not doing any choreography, but to see how they relate to music, how they relate to their own rhythm. And the final thing that I that I can't overemphasize is the fact that anyone who lasts any more than a day in this company has to be able to laugh at their director's jokes, and that's probably the most important detail. So they come and go quite quickly here. They should expect the unexpected. That they shouldn't try to read in too much, but let momix wash over you and take you out to a sea that is a fantasy of dreams, hopefully not nightmares. If you allow that to happen, go with an open mind. And as I say, we don't tell stories or tell you how to see or what to see, but we try to be evocative and stimulating in many ways, using dramatic principles to allow you to make up your own opinions, be evocative, and you create your own stories, and that activates the brain. Therefore the show would be successful, as you may walk out of the theater with a little less gravity in your step and maybe feeling some of the inspiration that inspired what you just saw. Then I think the show has been somewhat successful.